Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room for Tuesday, May the 22nd. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. If you have any questions for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into our free room. It is 100% free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our trading room. This is a subscription link. There's a promo code there for instant 15% off savings, either a monthly would be the first month only, or annual for the whole year, of course. I open the room at about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen. I get live on the mic at 9:05. I go to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and 3 o'clock on Friday. All right, so what happened today? Well, took a trade actually in the pre-market. I don't often do that, but I did take this SNES. This is one that we were watching yesterday. Take a look at it on the daily chart. Oops. And you can see why we were watching it. Look at the incredible day it had. I mean, this was at 37 cents all the way up to $1.20. Something to do with, I think, pesticides or pest control in California. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, the news obviously was very attractive to a lot of investors. We were waiting to see if it could take out the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is literally at that line right there, 122. So you see what it did. This is, now again, this is yesterday. So you see what it did. There's 122, and it popped up, came back down, came back down. At the end of the day, it kind of poked above, and then after hours, it soared. Now, I didn't get in after hours, but when I woke up this morning, I noticed it in this area, and I thought, okay, over the 200-day. So I ended up taking this at 143, and I sold out at 156. It just looked like it wasn't going to be able to pop through. You see, there's the high right there, post-market yesterday, after hours yesterday, and in the pre-market. So I sold out at 156, and I did not get back in. You know, this just did not, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did get back in. That's right. I did get back into this one at 160. Can't believe I forgot that. I'm just looking at my notes again. Yeah, I got in at 160 and sold at 179 and then on the way down. So yeah, this was so two trades in this one. Kind of set the tone for me early. And then this one was sort of my star, I suppose. CHRS. This came from Vicky's Scan, and it was a short play. And I took this trade. It took a little while. This was one of those nickel spreaders, so I had to sort of sit on it for a bit in order to get the price I wanted. But I got in at, well, it says 1381, but it was actually 1380 on the short. The alert actually was at 1415, and I saw it and it popped right down below 14. Kind of hung in this area for a bit. Look what it did. Got all the way down to 1310, almost, well, not quite $1, but from where I was. Of course, I covered along the way. I covered 1340 on the way down, 1320 on the way up, and that was it. You know, so that, and then all of a sudden it turned around. And I'm sort of kicking myself that I didn't take the trade right around here, over 14. But well, I think a lot of people took this, and look at the bounce it had. We had a lot of strange ones this today. Look at Kohl's, KSS. Okay, try it again. Okay, there we go. So Kohl's had earnings. Look at earnings. This is the reaction to earnings in the pre-market. That's the 10 area right there. So exploded higher. Looked really good. I didn't read the earnings report, but evidently everything looked pretty darn good here. And then somebody said that they started a conference call right there, and whatever the guy said, look what happened to this stock. Absolutely just collapsed it. And so that was pretty interesting. I actually tried to short this one. Where did I get it? Yeah, I can't remember. Took a small loss on it. DY, this was a crazy one too. So another earnings play. Now this one did not pop. This just kept falling and falling and falling and falling. and it was driving me nuts because there were a little more of an entry on the 5-minute chart. But you know, look what happened here. First of all, the 200-day moving average was 166, so just basically over 100. I'll put a mark right there. So this is the pre-market, and it went way down below it, but then when the market opened, it popped right above it. And that's why I typically do not like trading in the first 15 minutes. I mean, look at the topping tail, look at the bottoming tail, you know, lack of direction so far. Then when, you know, the second 15 minutes definitely started to move down. And I just kind of lost sight of it. It is my fault. You know, I think on a 5-minute chart, there was a bit of an entry. But I did partake in this little bounce. Unfortunately, not the big bounce. This is when I took my break for lunch. But I did partake in the little bounce. What did I get in at? 93, I think it was 93.35. Right about, well, that's close enough. It's right about here. Notice how I was saying, well, there are a couple of bottoming tails. Looks like maybe the bottom is put in. So I took the trade right there. It did pop up to 94 something. I got out at 94.05. Right up here when it just got above the whole number. It's close enough. And then on the way down, I think it was at 93.65 or something, got out. Then I took my break, and then it popped. My goodness, it really popped. That was like a $3 or $4 pop. I am in this one barely, ESIO. I took this one just before I went out on this doing my video. Why did I take it? You have to see on a 5-minute chart. You see that there's a cross that we talk about a lot. See that the 8 EMA, that orange line is crossing above the SMA, the 20 SMA. And I noticed that the VWAP was 1829, so it was above that. Yeah, it was above that. No, I'm sorry, 2026. 2026, so it was above that. So I ended up taking the trade at 43, I think, 2043. Right about here. Yeah, a little pop up here, but I'm going to see. What I liked about it was the daily chart. And you can see all this little area. If it can ever really crack through here, it has a little bit of void on the left. So that's what kind of attracted me to it. And well, we'll see what happens. See if it can get back up over 2050. And what else? Did take a little loss on this ARQL. I had a scalp gain in it, but it just didn't have the follow through that I was looking for, of course. So it had the big pop. And I got into the trade at 414. Got into the trade, I think it was right on that candle there. And it did pop up to 420. It looked really good. I don't think there's any, in fact, I don't think there's any resistance. I don't even have to look at the daily chart. No resistance. But then, you know, decided no. And, you know, broke down through 4. Maybe coming back now. But I got out of it with a 6-cent loss. So that's about it. So different day for me yesterday. Yesterday, you might remember I had about 5 or 6 little losses and one really good one that sort of took care of all the losses and more. Today, more winners than losers, which is, you know, psychologically, it's always better to have more winners than losers. And definitely the CHRS was a good one. So take it from there. So I will now bring back the capture program. So, any questions for me? Here's the email address you can use. This is a link to get into our free room. This is a subscription link, and there's a promo code there, instant 15% off. I'll open the room tomorrow at around 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I'll start to share my screen and get live on the mic at 9:05. So, hope everybody has a great evening, and we'll see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.